Hello beautiful people, you're welcome back to my channel once again. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great and happy Easter. Yeah, we are still in celebration mode. We are still singing hallelujah, Christ has risen. So, to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming for your support. I truly appreciate you all. And if it's your first time, you are welcome. My name is Becky, and please do not forget to hit that red subscribe button for us before you leave. And in today's video, guys, we'll be talking about Adesua and Banky W. They've decided to come out to wait on a pigeon will they use. So they don't come out, can't talk. Can't tell us their story, the pregnancy and everything, and things when be say they try before they finally get pregnant. So that brings us to the IVF story. So this particular video now about their failed IVF, may they try, maybe say it no work out, now they talk about. And I'm go drop another video too, that na the conclusion of this story. So please on my notification bell if you know say you never on her, so that when I drop the complete gist, you go listen, you go also watch. So for those of us that don't know, in case you are wondering what was IVF, or maybe you are just hearing it for the first time, IVF is a process of removing an egg from the woman's ovaries and fertilizing the egg with a sperm outside the ovaries, outside the woman's body, in a lab. Then return the fertilized egg, called the embryo, back to the woman's womb to grow and develop. So say I will get different type of pregnancy. The normal one na just normal one, maybe say you meet your guy, your man, una jolly, and the thing enter bam. So but this particular one not be like that in the happen. So this particular one and the process when be say now for lab that they do this one, when they go collect the woman egg come out for inside the woman body, they can't use the man sperm take fertilize the egg outside the woman body. After that, they'll come return the egg back to the woman body or the woman womb, so that the egg go come dey develop from there. It go come dey grow, they'll come dey monitor am, so like that. So now wetin they actually do, they try am 2 times. The first one na twins they get, so the thing don dey grow, but before you know, e no work. The babies, oh, so painful, they couldn't make it, so they have to evacuate. And they try am again also, the same thing. I remember one time like that when we say people come dey capture for social media. If Adesua take picture or capture her stomach, say she's pregnant, so she said now during that process, actually, you understand. So say there is nothing God cannot do. God's time is the best, and we should always learn to wait on the Lord. As normal as human beings, very normal for human beings, like we are all impatient, you understand. We don't want to pray for something, we want that thing to just come like that, sharp as it dey hot. But God doesn't work that way. He know the exact time this thing is, that thing you are praying for, he know the exact time to be good for you to have it, you understand. So we should always learn to hope and wait on the Lord in everything we are doing in life, you understand. So anyway, my people, make I leave una make una watch this video, make the video not come too long, because as it dey my mind, if I say make I talk and we no go come off for here today. So make I drop the video, make una hear when they use their mouth, they give their testimonies. And do not forget to leave your comments for me down below, and not forget to share and like this video. Share also to other people, just to boost their faith in God and encourage them. All right guys, I'll be seeing you all in my next video. Bye for now.
I got married in 2017.
Bad 2017,
After
you remember?
Banky disturbed my life, and I was like, okay, fine, let's marry.
Yes.
So we got married in 2017, and we had planned our lives out. We had talked about it, and we're like, this is what is going to happen. Bam, bam, bam is going to happen. We're going to be so busy. Might as well just get the children out of the way. Let's do it now and just, let it come through. And then nothing happened. And then you try and nothing happened. And I remember having a conversation with Banky, and I was like, let's go do IVF. And Banky was like, calm down. It hasn't even been a year. give it a year. So a year came when it was 11 months and a couple of days. I was like, hey, how far? So it's been a year. Let's go try IVF. And we prayed about it. We did pray. And by the grace of God, still, we did get pregnant. And we got pregnant with twins.
But before we touch on that, I want you, if I can ask you a question.
Sure.
So in that first year, talk to us about dealing with disappointment.
Oh, right. Okay.
Every month.
Okay. So it was like a monthly disappointment. And anyone would tell you that when you want a child, even 1 month or 2 months seems like such a long time. Talk less of people that have waited for years and years. So it was constant disappointment. And trying to stay in the place of faith and knowing that you serve a God that doesn't lie and knowing that you serve a God that can do it. But for some reason, he's just really kind of slow, in your opinion. And it was really, really tough. And I'm really grateful for Banky because he always called me back. And also dealing with pressure that you put on yourself and dealing with pressure that is external. We got pregnant with our son after 2.5 years. And I can tell you that every single day of those 2.5 years, someone trolled me. Every day. I couldn't have an opinion without someone saying, go and born. I couldn't say anything without someone saying, get out, go and have a child. You are barren. You did something with your womb. I heard all sorts. And every single time I heard that, I just went back to God and I said, Father, Lord, they know I serve you. So they are mocking you, not me. And I remember feeling like, I don't know why you're not coming through because these people are watching. They know it's you I serve. I haven't done anything wrong. Why?
Okay, and so we finally, at the end of the year, we said,
Yeah.
okay, we found a good place that had
Yeah.
a track record of success.
Yeah.
And we started the IVF process.
Yes.
So how was that?
First of all, I'd like to give a huge shout out to every single woman that has gone through IVF. I know what you have gone through. I have veins in my hands that no longer work. They're so traumatized that you can't get blood out of them. IVF is a very, very tasking thing, emotionally, physically, on your body, mentally. It is very, very.
You got pregnant.
So we got pregnant, and we got pregnant with twins. And we had gone for the scans. We had seen the heartbeats. At this point, actually, very, very few people know when this happened. Every report that you have heard is a lie because nobody knew when it happened. And we saw the heartbeats. Everything was okay. And then during a routine checkup, we went back to the hospital to have a scan. And I just saw the doctor's face. You know when a doctor, I don't know how to explain it. When something is wrong, sometimes you can tell. And she was scanning, and I was like, what's wrong? She was like, oh, nothing, I'm just, And then I looked at the nurse's face, and she looked a bit funny too. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, Adesua, I'm looking for the heartbeat. And I said, for 2 of them? And she said, yes. And I'm actually not going to lie, I started laughing because it didn't make any sense to me. I was just like, what do you mean you can't find the heartbeats of both? And she said, yeah. So
we
I went home. Banky wasn't home at the time. So I went home, and I remember being in our living room. When I was at the hospital, I actually laughed. I was like, God knows. Then when I got home, I literally collapsed on the floor and I wailed. Wailing is not the same thing as crying. Wailing is a deep groaning in your chest. It's like a knot that you can't. So we decided that over the weekend we were going to pray because God is a God that cannot do. There's nothing he cannot do. Impossible is nothing with him. So we're going to go back on Tuesday or Monday, I forget now, for a scan, believing that God will come through.
And Monday or Tuesday rolled around and we went back for the scan. And not only did we not see heartbeats, the embryos were shrinking. So they were decaying and they were dying. This was towards the end of the first trimester. And it was a tough time. And like she said, your head starts turning that, but I love you. And I When we found out that we were losing them and that we had to do an evacuation, it was a very emotional time, and she cried. And you know, as a man, you think you had it. First of all, women are stronger than men. Let me just tell you that crying is not a sign of weakness. But as a man, you know, you have been raised to be like, oh, you have to be the man, you have to be strong, you know, you can't shed a tear. So, you know, she's feeling a certain way, she's crying, and I'm trying to be there for her, and I'm just, you know, holding her and saying, it's going to be okay, it's okay. But the day that we cried together was the day of the evacuation. An evacuation, for people that don't know, is when they remove the dead embryos. And we go to the hospital, we do the procedure, and Adesua is one of the strongest people that I know. But I had never seen her so frail and in so much pain, emotional and physical. And you know, for somebody like me, whose love language is acts of service, is helping, is fixing the problem, there was absolutely nothing I could do at that time. And we came home from the hospital, and I remember I led her up the stairs, and we got into the couch, and I held her in my arms, and we cried. And I'll say it again, it's okay to cry. Amen? It's okay to serve God and cry.
We did another round of IVF because we still had embryos. So this was our second try. There's a picture that circulates where I'm with tools, and it shows my belly a bit bloated. People were saying I was pregnant. I wasn't. I was going through IVF, so I was bloated, and it was really, really, really tough. It was a really tough period. And guess what? It actually did not work. It didn't even work at all. It wasn't like the first time where there was a glimmer of hope. This one did not even work at all.
Nothing.
And I remember just feeling disappointed again. Both of us were quite disappointed. But
talk to us about what the doctors were saying.
Oh yeah. The doctors said they said that I had PCOS. That's polycystic ovarian syndrome. They also said that his morphology.
My sperm, you can say it when my sperm morphology was not off. Right, was off.
They said my ovarian reserve was too high. Then I prayed for healing. Then my ovarian reserve came to the normal place that it should be. Then the doctors were worried that
because
it moved too quickly.
Too fast.
They were not like, maybe you are losing all your eggs. Let's remove them. Maybe you're going into early menopause. Then at that point, we're just like, I'm not doing it again. Because after the third time, we just stopped where we were, and I was just like, I'm not taking one single pill. I'm not taking one single injection. I'm not doing anything anymore. I am done.
And we got to that place, and we had that conversation. Yeah. And we said, listen,
not doing anything.
Baby, we're not going.
I'm happy. If God gives me a child, praise Jesus. If he doesn't, there must be something else that he's planning. I am not doing anything anymore.